Hello, by the way. Alright, Phil. Everyone. We've only gone and done it, haven't we? We've only gone and done this. And by this, I mean get F1. I promised I wasn't gonna. Well, it wasn't really a promise, it was more I didn't want to go down this route. But, honestly, it's hard to put time in iRacing to then go into a race and crash out. You know what I mean? So, it's not... I've got to say, there's not really many choices out there for someone like me. I've done, actually, to be fair, I had done a couple of laps at about 6 o'clock earlier. So I'm just trying to get times on the leaderboard again, just to kind of get a fair comparison and to kind of run the AI calculator as well for each race. And the calculator's pretty... the AI are pretty strong in this game. I don't think... Well, I'd like to think I've not lost ability in any way. But the difficulties have gone down. Let me just read out some of the... hang on, let me switch to in-game first as well, actually. So... New camera layout as well today. So Bahrain. So in F1 2020, I done a 125.9, and they set me a difficulty of 103, or maximum 103, which seemed okay. And then this time around, I've done a 125.5, which is 4 tenths quicker than what I'd set, and I'm at 101 difficulty. I've just done before I went for tea, I'd done a couple of laps around Austria, done a 103.2, which was about 3 tenths slower than what I'd done on 2020. On 2020, they set me a difficulty of 111, or a suggested difficulty, which is one above the actual maximum. This year, they've told me that I should do 94. I should run my AI difficulty on 94. It's just obscene how quick these AI are. In fact, I checked the world record time at Austria today, which is a 102 flat, I think, roughly, and that can only run 106 difficulty at the moment. So the AI really jumped up. It kind of it doesn't bother me that much, but you know, as someone who kind of considers themselves, I consider myself above average as a, you know, in this genre of video, being not 100 at least, it hurts. Source of pride right there. So we're trying to do laps anyway, because if I end up doing some kind of career mode, even if I don't do it on stream, even if I'm just doing it for my benefit, I'm just doing laps today just to calculate roughly what the difficulty is going to be each race, because it has fluctuated every track so far. So Bahrain, they said 101, Spain, they said 98, Monaco's 104, Azerbaijan 102, Canada 99, France 101, Austria 94, which is our lowest one so far. So I'm just going to kind of keep making my way through the tracks at the moment, kind of find time to do something on stream. Certainly not in the way, fucking hell. Yeah, one thing I should mention is that they've really made these cars, these default setups, relatively understeery. So the car, compared to last year, has a lot of understeer in it. Therefore, what all the fast guys are doing in their time trial laps is obviously adding a bit more rear end to the car to kind of help it turn in the middle of the corner, and it's just making the car so snappy. At a track like Silverstone as well, where you don't want the front end to be too aggressive. That is the second time. Shit, man. Like at some tracks we're significantly quicker than what we were doing in last year's game. And then some tracks were just not. Cops. Again. Wow. How do they run a setup like this? Like, especially in a race as well. It's just oversteering. I have to say, I'm a little disappointed by how lazy Codemasters have been in this game. Especially around the circuit changes as well. Like, I went to Spain and they've not updated Turn 10 yet. Yet they went to Canada. I've been to Canada, which isn't even on the calendar anymore. And they've like reworked all the curbs, reprofiled some of the corners as well. Like the first chicane is like much more wide. Like they've really opened that corner up compared to how it used to be in previous games. Yet they've not touched Spain at all. Oh, the curbs are horrific as well now. Most curbs are death curbs. They've removed classic cars. which is, I mean, I didn't really drive him that often, but you know, it was nice to occasionally, you know, chuck a Brawn GP around at some point, or the 2008 McLaren. So not happy to have done that either. I'm not even touching Breaking Point as well. I spoke to Jamie about it yesterday, and he said just don't go near it. It's like the worst thing he's ever played. From like the very first cutscene. My interest in that is 0 as well. Oh, just oversteer mid corner again. I'm doing nothing wrong. Barely turning the steering wheel as well. Man, that is that is a tightrope every corner. Every time I come to cops. Okay, don't fuck it up. You can see my steering wheel, right, on the bottom of the screen. I'm barely turning it. It's absolutely feathering it. And the fact that you couldn't see it at that corner, fucking what? There we go, clean lap. Now, I'm going to punch that into my little AI calculator here. Right, now I'm going to calculate the difficulty. 96. Which isn't the worst one yet. But apparently, according to the AI difficulty calculator, I need to be running at 96 difficulty. Which I'm not going to lie, is pretty depressing. How am I finding the game? It's okay at the moment. There's nothing. The one big plus is 2-player career mode. If Fissy was here. Oh, be right back, 5-lapper. Alright, I won't talk about it then. I've got a confession to make. And I kind of hate myself for it as well. But Jamie messaged me the other day and wanted me to buy the PS5 version so we could play co-op. And I ended up buying the PS5 version as well as the PC version. So I've spent a lot of money when like a week ago I was of the view, I was like, I'm not going to buy the game on release. I'm not going to buy it. Nope, not going to do that. I lost a half attempt there. Oh, right on the exit curb there. So I lost time in that last sector, but that's still... What is that? Wait, I'm so confused. What was that lap time? I'm sure that was a point... What was that delta time giving me? So wait, I already done a 125.8 earlier, but it was telling me I was 2 temps up there. So what... Oh, okay. I thought I was on course for like a 25.6, because I was 2 temps up, 3 temps up. Instead, I've just done another 25.8. That's what? So confusing. That's mad though. Just think, like, if my time is in the top 2,000, and I'm only getting like recommendations of, oh my god, that's deep. I'm only getting recommendations of, you know, 94 AI difficulty. Like, Austria run at 94%, but hey, you're like in the top like 1,000 on the leaderboard. Only the top 1,000 players on the PC are quick enough to run at least 94 difficulty. I don't know if that's been done deliberately by the developer. Like, are they making it so that 110 is nigh on impossible, so that all the esports guys have like something more interesting to aim at? But to be honest, I don't mind that the difficulty's gone up, or the percentage, or the speeds have gone up. The ceiling has got higher. But if they're like literally impossible to obtain, then it's just a whole waste of time. Yeah, the curbs are a bitch on this game as well. There are a lot of curbs that make you insta-spin. Always feels like... It's kind of almost reminded me of F1 2010 in some ways. Like the way that the car just kind of just snaps sometimes is just reminiscent of that. It's like we've gone full circle in the handling model. There are a lot of inside curbs where they're pitching me into spins. A lot of outside curbs where if I'm accelerating on them, it just snap spins. Every other year they ruin them so they can say they improved them next year. Well, looks like there's a lot to improve on next year then. Next year's game is going to be fucking lit. The amount of improvements they're going to make. Oh my god, see there's the curb. That was a snap spin waiting. Yeah, I don't like how they appear to have taken things out of the game, or made things slightly worse in some areas. Yet they've spent all this time creating this breaking point shithouse. I've not actually played it yet, but I don't really want to. Like, there's no incentive for me to. Like, I saw the trailers and was like, that just doesn't look interesting to me at all. Like, characters are not relatable in any way. Why would I want to play it? It was like The Journey on FIFA. Didn't want to play that either. I just didn't care. That'll do. That'll do. What? Let me just bring this up. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Hang on. 110, baby! We got our first 110. So why is that 110? And Austria, which was 111 last year, is now only 94. Oh no, shit. I don't think it was. I think I put it in the Silverstone one. Oh, hang on. Let's do the Hungary one again. Right, so Hungary was 114.1. 114.70. Oh no! It's telling me to do 101. Okay, so I made a mistake. So when I said 110 difficulty for Hungary, I'm glad I realised that mistake. That would have been hilarious if I'd done a race at Hungary. Okay, so Hungary, I done a 114.1, which is only good enough for 101 difficulty at Hungary. But of course, a 114.1 at Silverstone would be rapid, would be more than world record pace. So, of course, they said 110, which isn't the case. Fucking idiot. Lucas hasn't run a setup, so what has he run? He's just used preset 3, are you kidding me? The game is bugging a little bit where I go to load the setup and it doesn't actually do it. Yeah, see, there you go. Oh, so he's preset 4 instead. He's got more, yeah, okay. So he's just gone with preset 4 and just casually set the number 8 time in the world. I mean, in a way, that's quite encouraging to see stuff like that. That the preset setups are actually viable. It's nice to see like them actually doing that. I don't know how that's been in previous years, but you've always had to run a setup to be competitive. And it looks like we're seeing signs that that might not be the case in some places. Jesus Christ. I need a setup though, because I can't drive for shit. Whoa, shit. Insta spin curb. The curbs are fucking wank now. I mean, I did go on that curb really hard, but still, it just like just spun me out rather than, you know, making me understeer up the track or something. I expect there's going to be a lot of bastard curbs around Spa as well. This game is such a piece of trash. I have to say, it feels a little like a step backwards. It just makes me wonder what they were doing, other than getting bought out by EA. Yeah, I really don't like the UI either. I don't like the fact that all my speedometer and stuff is right in the middle of the screen now. You can see the bit on the right as well. The actual this menu that I'm bringing up actually overlaps the fuel tank bit a little bit. And I'm running 1080p here, 24-inch monitor. So it's not as if like I've got like a really compressed screen here. Oh my god, that fucking curve. A bit hard there. So, yeah, I don't like the UI at all either, I agree. They've not really added much to go wow. Like I said, the only thing I really like is the co-op. They've added the two-player season now. Two-player career mode. But even then, I'll tell you what happened. First race, just for those that weren't in here, I guess at the start. So I've got this is the PC version we're playing on right now, but I got the PS5 version as well. Because my friend wanted me to play a two-player career mode as well. So I thought, okay, fine, I'm going to do that. We went to the first race in Bahrain. Now, I told him, because I'd done a couple of career mode races in the season before, that I wasn't sure what AI difficulty to run at. Because I always had to do some prep work in advance just to see, like, fuck it, what was that? That's a death. Literally touched the curb. I'm not even on the grass either. Look at that. That happened so quick. Anyway, where was I? So I just kind of guesstimated. I knew that I ran like around like 103-ish, whatever, at Bahrain in the year before. So I was like, okay, I'll just run it at 100 and see how we get on. Went into a couple of practice sessions and just discovered that we just weren't quick enough at all for it. And then what I tried to do was I tried to lower the difficulty. So you can lower the difficulty between sessions, I think. and we bumped it down to, I think we bumped it down by 10 to like 90, which is reasonable enough, I think, and we would have been in a competitive place. But it seemed to get more quicker and quicker. So we went into a practice session and the times didn't really improve that much. Then we went into qualifying on 90 difficulty, and the entire top 18 ahead of us all set qualifying times within half a second of each other. And we had people up the grid, like I think we had Lance Stroll on pole, we had fucking Mazepin in P4, Hamilton was down in like 17th, but he was only like 4 tenths off of the pole time. Meanwhile, we were just like miles back still. So I don't know, we must have broken something with the AI by switching the difficulty mid-session. And then we tried to do the race and it was just a disaster as well. Like we just got dropped within a couple of laps that we just quit. Like we restarted the campaign and kind of, you know, a couple of days later and had the difficulty bumped up or set to our appropriate level. And it was actually a good experience then. But it's just a joke. Like that was just a bug. That was just, I wish I took a screenshot of the qualifying grid because I tell you, it was just a joke. Like we had Nicholas Latifi in 6th as well. Something had broken when we'd changed the difficulty mid-session. Yeah, I really don't like the HUD as I'm looking at it. I'm still just looking at it. Like the DRS, when I first drove around, I was like, how do I know I've got DRS open? Like there's no actual symbol telling me, like, imagine if I'm a newcomer to F1, no idea what the DRS button is. It tells me to hit triangle. How the hell am I meant to know what happens? Like there's a green light that comes up and kind of illuminates the HUD. And it's like, well, I don't think that's good enough. I don't think that's a good enough indicator that DRS is open. A 28-year-old rages about arcade sim racing. Yeah, I feel ripped off a lot more this year, especially not just because I bought it twice like a fucking div, but because it costs more money this year as well. Like they've bumped the prices up. Like I swear it only cost me like 35-40 pound last year. And this year it's like up to like retail, it's like £60. It's ridiculous. Like they've not even, like it's the same cutscenes as well. I done like race 1 and had fucking Claire interviewing me again. The same low textured Claire with that cameraman right in my face. With the same questions as well. After round 1 saying am I going to win the title with McLaren, it's like fuck off. Stop asking me these shit ass questions. Like all they've added are these shit like stickers you can put on your Halo saying no more heroics into Sanderbot. I think red flags have been taken out as well. Not a big deal, but you know, it's just another sign of, it's just like there's no reason to not take it out, you know. Like I guarantee they will talk about being acquired by EA as like a reason why this was just like piss poor. The one thing that really pissed me off this year as well is no crossplay. No, sorry, they did bring crossplay in some way, but it's only like, you know, PS4 and PS5 players and Xbox, whatever. Like, crossplay is going to be a big thing in the coming years. They do it with FIFA already. They do it with Dirt. They do it with their Dirt games as well. Like, why have they not just bought like crossplay into F1? That'd be a game changer right there. It's the one thing I was hoping they'd bring in this year. And all the clickbaity YouTubers rave about the improved handling. It's not. It doesn't feel improved to me. I think 2020 was the best it's been. It was better than 19. And now they've kind of gone backwards a bit. They've tried to, like, I get why they've tried to make the car more understeery, because they've tried to replicate, of course, the front end. Like, try to replicate the loss of front downforce. But, I mean, you don't just make the car understeery. Because, I mean, surely the teams have reclaimed some of that. And, you know, not all the new cars are understeery at all, either. But it's not even as if they've, like, it doesn't feel like the car's lost downforce either, really. It's just like, I don't know, they like stiffen the front of the car up a little bit. That's why it's so shit on the curbs now as well. Like, something just doesn't feel right. I'd be curious to know what they've actually done specifically to the handling model between now and last year's game. There's a lot of grip on power as well, actually. So I can floor the throttle down a lot easier than I think even last year. In some ways, which I think is probably the only good thing actually. Like, it feels like you've actually got some grip on the rear tyres. As if Cody's would add the Nordschleife. Come on, let's be serious. If Nordschleife got announced on the F1 calendar for like next year, that wouldn't make the Codemasters game for another 2 years. Like, and compare like how quick the AI are in some corners as well. I think because the car understeers a lot more, it's even more amplified, like how quick the AI are in the medium to high speed corners. Like Catalonia is a joke. Like how quick they are, it's obscene. And I was running like 95 difficulty. It almost makes single player not worth doing. People ask for tougher AI. Well, I mean, true. Like, the skill ceiling is way too high now. So I guess, you know, at least the esports guys are going to have, you know, at least they have a ceiling to aim for, you know what I mean? So I guess 110 is meant to be impossible on purpose. Have they actually made any changes to the online experience this year? Yes. Oh, okay. Please elaborate. They've made it so much worse. Yeah. I'm not surprised. The menus and lobby format got revamped. The lobby list is awful. Online's even more bugged. Like, again, what have they done this year? Lights go out at different times. I saw a video the other day where someone was doing a 2-player co-op, and one person had dry weather and the other person was on wets. And had wet conditions on the track, and everyone else was all on dry. And that's like there was bugs on, like that was a bug that was on like F1 2011 or whatever it was. Oh my god, can I even start the lap? Race classifications are out of sync. See, I was sitting here thinking I'm going to start this stream tonight, do some time trials, and maybe jump into like some online shit just to try it out. But you kind of convincing me not to, right? The only regular bug is the lights. Oh, that doesn't sound fun. So the lights go out at different times, and that is a regular bug. The diff is on 100 on this setup. It's actually insane how extreme the setup changes are, or the differential change has been compared to last year's game. I think the differential was like at 50 the whole time last year, so it was like one extreme. And it's gone pretty much the other side now that the car's starting to understeer like shit. Some esports drivers are hiding their brake bias. Oh, give me a break. Like Fabrizio. Oh my god. Well, I can tell you something right now. Unless he's just made the setup, like he's done the setup to throw people off. But hate to break it to you, Fabrizio. You're on 55 brake bias, because this is the exact setting that I've just copied from you. So, you know. Oh my god, this corner. So horrible understeer on turning, and then just oversteer on the exit. Great. I love the balance of this thing. I think the one thing I kind of like actually about the difference between driving this car between now and last year is that we've lost rich setting. So that's like one less setting that someone can use to like gain an advantage. I like how it's now just standard mixture and lean every now and then. For some reason, I had the engine mapping actually greyed out. I couldn't change it, like bump it down to lean in the middle of my race yesterday. Like, is that deliberate or is that a bug? Like, 'cause surely I'd want to save fuel. Like, I basically I'd underfueled the car a little bit, thinking, oh, my driving style is just going to bump the, save the fuel. And I had no option to change to lean at all. And I was running towards the end of the race, like in the red still on the final lap. And I was like, shit, really could use the lean mixture right now. So only during safety cars, okay. Fabrizio tweeted his Canada world record and blurred out the brake bias. It's hilarious, isn't it? Oh my fucking god! There's the oversteer. I mean, if there's one thing I've learned in the last week anyway, is that the F1 community is just toxic as fuck, full stop. Not just the esports side of things, but just in general. Oh my god. I was on the track there. There's no way. Okay, maybe I was off the track. How are you meant to break into esports when it's just the same guys coming through every year? You know what I mean? There are 4 or 5 new guys this year, but doubt they get a main driver. So how does it work? I'm not really completely up to speed with the esports. Like how that. So is it like a draft that they get picked for, and there's some people that will miss out just because some teams just don't want them? You know, like at school when you get picked for a team, and you literally get left like last out of both captains. They choose you because you're just the worst out of all of them and nobody wants you. Is it a bit like that? Jesus, look at the spin on that! That was insane. So I saw Jarno Otmir doing a stream the other day. He was doing his My Career race. His My Team race, sorry. My Career? My Team at Zandvoort. And he was on 110 difficulty, I think. And he got wrecked, essentially. Like, qualified basically. He did qualify last, Like he done the full qualifying format, got knocked out in Q1, and he was just rock bottom at the leaderboard on 110 AI, and then in the race, really just like just wasn't competitive at all. Like he was at the back, like he was past some cars every now and then, but man, the AI was so fast. Oh my god, that's a spin. Oh, that's a barrier as well. Fuck! Very annoying. That was that off track? I hate how borderline this is. I keep finding the time and then just finding like just the edge of the track. Come on, finish the lap. No! Alright, we'll bank this lap.
Okay, the time last lap was a 1:09.5.
Top 337th! Woo! 94 difficulty. Oh my days. That's just... That's so demoralising. Wow, what curb did I hit there? Whoa, that was air. I've got some air time there. Look how stupid that jump is. Literally just kept the same. That is literally floating in space. That doesn't look natural in any way at all. I've hit that curb again. Are you joking? This one will look. This will look good. That looks stupid. No! Whoa! Fucking what a catch that was. We're still up. Okay, keep going. Keep going. 657. Right, where does that put me here? 96. Which is, you know, kind of par for the course, really. Hang on, let's move that down. So, a bit of a theme developing. There is kind of an average trend, really. So 96 is the Monza difficulty suggestion. Okay, let's. I'm going to end the session now. I think I'm going to end that. Am I going to stream any career stuff? I'm not sure at the moment. Simply because it just takes so much time to get a whole season done. I don't really want to spend my time doing practice sessions that often, so I quite like the fact that you can simulate those now. Why are they showing me this lap? I thought this was going to be my hot lap.